For years, the global auto industry has been moving in one direction, and one direction only: electric vehicles. Every month, another automaker announces a new EV. Governments are investing billions in charging infrastructure. Battery technology is advancing faster than ever. Companies like Tesla, BYD, Hyundai, and Rivian have dominated headlines, while traditional gasoline engines have slowly faded into the background. Many experts even predicted that internal combustion engines would soon become nothing more than a chapter in automotive history. But then, something unexpected happened. Mazda, a company known more for engineering innovation than massive production numbers, made a move that caught the attention of the entire automotive world. Instead of announcing another all-electric platform, instead of unveiling a revolutionary battery, instead of following the same path as everyone else, Mazda brought back one of the most legendary engines ever built, the Rotary Engine. Now, if you've been following cars for years, that name probably brings back memories of legendary sports cars like the RX-7 and RX-8. Those cars weren't just fast, they were different, unique, almost impossible to compare with anything else on the road. But here's where the story gets interesting. Mazda isn't bringing the rotary engine back to recreate the past. They're bringing it back to solve a modern problem. And that changes everything. Could this tiny engine become one of the smartest solutions in the transition toward electrification? Could it help eliminate one of the biggest concerns people still have about electric vehicles? Or is this simply another nostalgic experiment that won't survive in today's competitive market? In today's video, we're taking a deep dive into Mazda's newest engineering project. We'll explain exactly how this new rotary engine works, why Mazda decided to revive it after years of silence, what has changed compared to the original design, whether it can compete with today's hybrid and electric technology, and perhaps most importantly, can this unusual little engine actually influence the future of the global auto industry? Because once you understand Mazda's strategy, you'll realize this isn't just another engine story. It's a story about how one company is refusing to follow the crowd. But before we dive in, if you enjoy in-depth automotive analysis, EV technology, future mobility, and everything happening in the global auto industry, make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you never miss our latest videos. Now, let's start by understanding the company behind this bold decision. Because before we talk about the engine, we first need to understand Mazda itself, more than just a small car company. When people talk about the world's biggest automakers, a few familiar names always dominate the conversation: Toyota, Volkswagen, General Motors, Ford, Hyundai, Honda, BYD, Tesla. These companies produce millions of vehicles every year. Compared to them, Mazda seems relatively small. And that's true. But size doesn't always tell the whole story. In fact, Mazda has built one of the strongest engineering reputations in the automotive industry, not because it builds the most vehicles, but because it often chooses a completely different path than everyone else. Instead of chasing volume, Mazda has spent decades chasing driving experience. That's a very different philosophy. While many companies design vehicles primarily to maximize sales numbers, Mazda has consistently focused on building cars that drivers actually enjoy driving. That philosophy even has its own Japanese name, Jinba Itai. It roughly translates to horse and rider as one. The idea is simple: a car shouldn't feel like a machine you're operating. It should feel like an extension of your body. Everything, from steering feedback to weight distribution and throttle response, is engineered to create that connection between driver and vehicle. It's an approach that has earned Mazda a loyal customer base around the world. Many Mazda owners don't simply buy another Mazda because it's affordable. They buy another Mazda because they enjoy driving it. That loyalty is something many larger automakers would love to have. A company that refused to follow everyone else. Mazda's history is filled with decisions that most companies would never make. Take the rotary engine itself. Back in the 1960s and 1970s, nearly every automaker focused on improving traditional piston engines. Mazda went in a completely different direction. The company invested enormous resources into developing rotary engine technology. At the time, many people believed the project would fail. Some experts even questioned why Mazda continued spending money on an engine that seemed so unconventional. But Mazda kept going. Eventually, the RX-7 became one of the most respected sports cars ever produced. Later, the RX-8 continued that legacy. Even decades later, rotary-powered Mazdas remain icons among enthusiasts worldwide. That willingness to challenge industry norms has always been part of Mazda's DNA. The company rarely follows trends. Instead, it prefers creating its own. Sometimes those decisions succeed, sometimes they don't, but they're almost always interesting. Mazda's global presence. Although Mazda isn't among the world's largest manufacturers, it's far from being a niche company. Every year, Mazda sells approximately 1.2 to 1.3 million vehicles worldwide. That's significantly smaller than Toyota, which sells more than 10 million vehicles annually. But selling over 1 million vehicles every year is still an impressive achievement. Mazda operates in more than 130 countries and regions around the world. Its manufacturing facilities, research centers, and engineering operations span multiple continents. The company's headquarters remain in Hiroshima, Japan, a city that has become closely associated with Mazda's identity. From there, Mazda designs and develops vehicles that are sold across North America, Europe, Australia, Asia, and many other global markets. Rather than trying to compete directly with mass-market giants, Mazda has gradually positioned itself as a premium mainstream brand. Not luxury, but definitely a step above ordinary transportation. America, Mazda's most important market. One country plays a bigger role in Mazda's success than any other: the United States. American customers have become one of Mazda's largest and most loyal audiences. Every year, hundreds of thousands of Mazda vehicles find new owners across the U.S. Models like the CX-5, CX-50, CX-30, Mazda 3, and CX-90 continue attracting buyers looking for stylish design, excellent handling, premium interiors, and strong reliability. Unlike some brands that compete mainly on discounts or incentives, Mazda has successfully built an image centered around quality and driving enjoyment. Many American buyers see Mazda as offering near-luxury refinement without luxury brand pricing. That combination has proven extremely successful. Even in one of the world's most competitive automotive markets, Mazda continues growing its customer base. And that's no small achievement. Success beyond North America. Mazda's influence extends far beyond the United States. Japan remains its home market. Europe continues to be one of its strongest regions. Countries like Germany, the United Kingdom, France, Spain, Italy, and several Nordic markets have embraced Mazda's crossovers and sedans for years. European buyers appreciate fuel efficiency, responsive handling, attractive styling, and high safety standards. Australia represents another remarkable success story. For years, Mazda has ranked among Australia's best-selling automotive brands. Its SUVs have become especially popular among families seeking dependable vehicles that remain enjoyable to drive. Meanwhile, New Zealand continues to be another strong market where Mazda enjoys an excellent reputation. Even in markets where competition continues intensifying, Mazda has managed to retain customer trust through consistent product quality. The challenge in China. Like nearly every global automaker, Mazda also operates in China. But the Chinese automotive landscape has changed dramatically over the past several years. Domestic companies have expanded at an astonishing pace. Brands like BYD, Geely, Li Auto, Xiaomi, Xpeng, Nio, and Chery have rapidly transformed the market. These companies aren't simply competing on price anymore. They're producing highly advanced electric vehicles loaded with cutting-edge technology. That increased competition has made life much more difficult for traditional international automakers. Mazda has certainly felt that pressure. Sales have slowed compared to previous years. However, instead of walking away, Mazda has responded by investing more aggressively in electrified vehicles, hybrid systems, and partnerships designed specifically for the Chinese market. This demonstrates another important characteristic of the company. Mazda adapts. It doesn't panic. Engineering first, marketing second. One thing separates Mazda from many competitors. Engineering usually comes before marketing. Many companies begin by asking, what vehicle will sell the most? Mazda often starts with a different question. What vehicle would we be proud to engineer? That difference influences nearly everything the company builds. It's why Mazda continued improving naturally aspirated gasoline engines, while others rushed towards smaller turbocharged engines. It's why Skyactiv technology became such an important part of Mazda's lineup. And it's also why the company never completely abandoned research into rotary engines. Even after production ended, Mazda's engineers kept working. They kept experimenting. They kept searching for ways to solve the problems that had limited rotary technology for decades. Because they believed the concept still had potential, just not in the way people expected. Why bring it back now? This brings us to today's biggest question. Why now? Why revive a technology that most people assumed had disappeared forever? The answer lies in how dramatically the automotive industry has changed. 20 years ago, the rotary engine competed directly against traditional gasoline engines. Today, the competition looks completely different. Now the industry includes battery electric vehicles, plug-in hybrids, traditional hybrids, hydrogen fuel cells, range extenders, synthetic fuels, and advanced internal combustion engines. The market is no longer moving toward a single solution. Instead, multiple technologies are developing simultaneously. Mazda believes the rotary engine may finally have found the role it was always meant to play, not as the heart of a sports car, but as part of a new electrified future. And that's exactly what we'll explore in the next section. So, has Mazda really brought the rotary engine back in a way that could change the future of the automotive industry? The answer is more interesting than a simple yes or no. Mazda isn't trying to bring back the past. Instead, it's taking one of the most iconic engine designs in automotive history and giving it a completely new purpose for the modern era. Rather than competing directly with electric vehicles, the new rotary engine is being used as a compact range extender, combining the smooth driving experience of an EV with the added confidence of extended driving range. Whether this technology becomes a major success will depend on several factors: long-term reliability, real-world efficiency, customer acceptance, and how quickly charging infrastructure continues to expand around the world. If Mazda delivers on its promises, the rotary engine could carve out a unique place in the market, not as a replacement for EVs, but as another smart solution for drivers who want the best of both worlds. At the same time, the global auto industry is changing faster than ever. Companies like Tesla are pushing battery technology, Toyota continues investing in hybrids, BYD is expanding affordable EV production, Hyundai is exploring multiple powertrain options, and now Mazda is proving that innovation doesn't always mean abandoning older ideas. Sometimes the future comes from reinventing them. One thing is already clear: the race isn't just about building electric cars anymore. It's about finding the smartest, most practical, and most sustainable technology for millions of drivers across different countries and lifestyles. Now we'd love to hear your opinion. Would you choose a fully electric vehicle, a hybrid, or a rotary range extender EV like Mazda is developing? Tell us your choice in the comments and explain why. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the future of automotive technology, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss our latest videos. Here on US Finance Wire, we bring you the biggest breakthroughs in EVs, automotive innovation, future technology, and global industry. Explained in simple, easy-to-understand American English. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.